Hey guys, Zoochz here. In this video I'm going to be playing Cassyva in some S-ranked ladder games. As usual, I'll do it in a total of 7 games, 3 of them following this deck tech and 4 more in part 2 of this video. So Cassyva is a general that, surprisingly I guess, I actually haven't played with yet. I know there are a lot of folks out there that feel that she's way OP, the best general, etc. I'm not really convinced that's the case. I think her Bloodborne spell is certainly potent, but I'm not even so sure that she's necessarily the best Abyssian general. But regardless, her power is still interesting to build around, and here is what I came up with. It's a pretty cheap deck to build, all things considered. There are no legendaries, and the epics that it does play are, you know, largely replaceable. It's got a right and a couple legendaries up here. It's also got Syvrel the Exiled, which I'll talk about in a second. But first, a disclaimer. I've played this deck about 10 matches prior to filming this video. It's done very well. It's probably not perfect, but I like to, you know, throw things at the wall and see what sticks sometimes. Like most cast decks, there's a move stuff around theme. It's got some demonic lures and repulsor beasts, and like I suggested before, I've taken this to the next level with Syvrel the Exile. I haven't seen anyone really suggest this card, but then again, I haven't really looked around for it. But it seems awesome, and he's been pretty stellar so far, so I just kind of want to live the dream of pulling a minion right on top of a shadow creep tile from across the board. It seems great. There's another sort of sub-theme of just trying to stay alive until you can get to the late game where your Shadow Novas come online. So that is the reason for the Spectral Blades and Emerald Rejuvenators and Healing Mystics. You'll notice that there's a noticeable absence of Darkspine Elemental. There's no grand revelation here. I just forgot to add the card when I was building the deck, apparently. I didn't notice this until about 2 minutes prior to filming this video, so there you go. He's almost certainly incredible in the deck, but I'm just going to run with this for right now, just because. So why don't we go ahead and jump into a queue, and we will see what happens. I'm going to remove the deck list. If you want to check it out later, I will post a link down in the description part of the YouTube video. And here we go. Alright, so this hand seems pretty good, except it doesn't really have a really good opening. We've got 2 good 4-drops. And we've got some other good stuff too. But what do we keep? I'm almost certainly going to keep this. It's going to help us clear his 2-drop if he plays one. Probably a young Silithar, and then we can ping it to death with the Blood Tier Alchemist. So I probably need to keep these. This is such a great early game card. It lets you, you know, clear off, I don't know, 3/3s and stuff like that. I don't think I'm going to need it because I've got this, you know, Primus Shieldmaster and Abyssal Juggernaut that I kind of want to play on turn 2, but I'm going to keep this all for now and just sort of roll with it, see what happens. Like, this is a good early game card. Even if we don't play it turn 2, it's still good to have, like, turn 3 or something along those lines. So, Young Silithar incoming? No! Blood Tier Alchemist. Okay. Oh, hello. Well, this is going to be kind of convenient. I'm not really super keen on using this, but I'm almost certainly going to. You know, I moved here instinctively. I think maybe I should have come up here and then put my Blood Tier Alchemist right here. It, you know, it sort of forces him to come up here, which is fine, because otherwise I would get this 5 mana tile, and then I can sort of like loop back around and take advantage of his absence in the middle of the board. But we're here now, so let's just deal with it. Alright, we're going to Blood Tier, we're going to Demonic Lure. Right now I'm thinking about whether I want to replace this Spectral Blade. I already talked about how I liked it, so I'm not sure what change that would make me not want to keep it. We're placing this guy far enough away that he can't come in with his general and attack it. So like if we put it right here, he would just come in and kill it with his general. That's not what we want to have happen. To reiterate what I said earlier, if I'd come up here and put the blood tier here, then it would have forced him to have to come up and place a minion up on this tile, and then we would sort of get to, I guess flank is the wrong word, but sort of swoop down and get a lot of value out of having control of the middle of the board while he's got his general here and a minion up here. Okay. I did just talk about how I wanted to play with Syvrel the Exiled, but I'm not sure that just running out this Abyssal Juggernaut is not going to be better. So here's my pickle. I can do two things. I can play this out here and then equip the Spectral Blade and clear the Sojourner, or I can come down here, trade off my Blood Tier Alchemist, play a Abyssal Juggernaut here. I feel like this is going to get Egg Morph just irrespective of what happens, right? And I kind of want to play this over the Primus Shieldmaster, not that it matters. But yeah, I kind of fear that it's going to get Egg Morphed, which will be a little bit of a problem. I'm going to go ahead and just play the Abyssal. I don't want to put this right in, like, this still suffers from the same problem as just playing. This suffers from the same problem as this does. He could just come in and Egg Morph it, or, all he needs is a Blood Tier Alchemist to just overload and ping it. That would be sort of problematic. And he's going to get 2 cards from Sojourner anyway. And I can, use my ping ability next turn to clear it out. I just put it on the mana tile because I didn't think I was going to get to save it for next turn. I could be wrong, but he could have just come around here and played something on it. It really wouldn't have mattered. Although that maybe would have prevented him from playing something out of reach of me. I don't know. Alright, what does he have? Primordial Gazer. Well, it's kind of gross. Okay. Now what do I do? Well, what I could do is come up here, hit this, Healing Mystic myself, and then play Primus Shieldmaster here. It'll die to both of these attacks, which is sort of annoying. I could also hit this, Abyssal Scar this, and then play Primus Shieldmaster. That doesn't seem terrible. I could also equip this, smash, and then play Syvrel the Exile. Then that gives him access to this thing up here. I'm going to replace Healing Mystic. So I'm going to replace this guy. Right, what we're doing. And we're putting this up here, so in case he has some sort of Dispel, he can't just like waltz up and get the mana tile anyway. The reason I went with this is because he doesn't have an immediate way to clear the Primus Shieldmaster. Whereas the other way, if I kill this guy, he can nabbit. Alright, so he's got a way to clear that, which is fine. We've got Ooh, double Bone Reaper coming online next turn? Yes, please. Not both next turn, but just rain Bone Reapers on him. All things considered, though, this is okay. He's going down to 14, and his, you know, Primordial Gazer is gonna die. Yes. This is actually pretty solid. Alright, Bone Reaper, you go here. What do I do? I'm certainly going to keep the other Bone Reaper, and I'm probably going to keep these two things too. I'm keeping the Healing Mystic because I'm at 14, it's a little dangerous. And Spectral Blade, I don't know, I can just smork him a little bit, I guess. I'm a little concerned about Macantor Warbeast coming out. If that happens though next turn, he can't kill the Bone Reaper, and then the Bone Reaper just kills his Warbeast. My big concern here though is that I will take 4 sort of unnecessary damage. I'm not sure if there's a way to get around that, but I'm gonna come over here. I mean, I could like come all the way down here. That seems sort of silly in my opinion, because then I'm just like removing myself from the game entirely. If he has a way to like deal with this, that's a problem. Plasma Storm. Okay, well. Yeah, maybe I should have run away. I'm beginning to regret this. Okie dokie. Okay, what do we do here? I kind of feel like I just run away at this point, frankly. What's what we're going to do for right now? I really probably ought to start replacing aggressively to find Shadow Novas. Alright, I want to play Shield Master. I want to play Healing Mystic to keep myself alive. So neither of these guys are going away. I might... I do feel like there's a Warbeast incoming. I do want to keep this because of that. Maybe I just get rid of this. What happens next turn? So he egg morphs my thing, kills it. I have not enough. Alright, I'm going to replace Spectral Blade right now. Oof, it's looking a little rough. I wish we had moved further away like originally discussed. Because if he, you know, Plasma Storms again or something like that, it's a problem. Tiger, sure. Alright. Well, we're one Shadow Nova away from killing him. Unless he plays like a Provoke or something. Healing Mystic, okay. Another Healing Mystic, alright. One of these two has to go. It's probably going to be the Ephemeral Shroud. Because at this point, Repulsor Beast is basically a hard removal spell, and we can throw it on a Shadow Nova if we really want to. Oh, hello. I think I actually keep this for right now. Because I can't just smash into his general with my Healing Mystic anyway, so she's better used to just hit one of these Healing Mystics. Let's go ahead and hit one of these. Go ahead and put this guy here, and then we're going to Abyssal Scar the undamaged one so that they both die. There's something to be said, by the way, for switching this up so that the shadow creep token is here. That way he can't like charge this way toward me. No, as if it matters ultimately. I'm going to keep this guy in hand as like a thing I can replace or a thing I can ping with later. I don't. That's probably not what I wanted to see right there. I'm not exactly sure that it would do me much good just throwing it out there. Yeah, see, exactly. Should have switched them up. That would have been convenient. Could have taken two damage here. Jeez. I should have actually kept the Shroud to just Shroud as general. That was a mistake on my behalf. Yeah, that whole series could have been a lot different. I could have dealt, I could have pinged and killed the Ephemeral Shroud with my general, and then the Shadow Creep would deal him 3 damage at the end of this turn. So he'd go to 8, then I could actually have just killed him. Ah, daggers. I don't love the idea of just throwing this guy out there to ping him. It seems sort of useless because we've already seen he has Plasma Storm. I guess I come in the corner here, honestly. I don't know. I think we could have won this game. We might still if we hit a Shadow Nova or something. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He only has 2 cards in his hand though, so we're looking pretty good, honestly. And he hasn't hit a War Beast yet. Oh gosh. Alright, I take back everything I said. Alright, we need to keep this all of a sudden now. Actually, we could Spectral Blade to kill it and then ping it like that, right? Oh, we could just do this. That's even better. I'm going to get rid of Spectral Blade then. Hello. We're scarring here so that if he wants to come at me, he has to stand on this. And I'm going to draw cards, and I'm probably going to play this out, but it doesn't matter which way I do it, honestly, because I'll be drawing 5 cards this way and burning 1 at the end of the turn. And if I do it the other way, I'll be drawing 6 cards and burning 1 at the end of the turn, so this one just keeps 1 more card in my deck. Oh, perfect. This is great. Well played, he says. I'm just gonna do that to him. Or I guess this way I get to draw an extra card. So we're drawing 6 cards anyway. That was a great draw. That's another reason to not run that out. We still haven't hit a Shadow Nova. We've gone through most of our deck at this point. And he only has 1 card left. I feel pretty good. But it could be anything. Lightbender. Ah, golly. Alright, well, this is going to jam in here and then scar this thing. We're going to make sure that none of our guys can be hit by this guy. it's coming up here. I'm going to replace this yet again. Even though we're getting pretty close to killing him. I definitely want to run this out. So 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm gonna throw this away. There we go. We can do this next turn. Alright, so as long as we don't die, I think we'll be alright. This way, if he has like a Plasma Storm, we can at least Healing Mystic and Shadow Nova next turn. Actually, I might be dead if he has Plasma Storm. 6, 12, 3. This will be worth 7. No, we'll be too short. Another Primus Shieldmaster. Sure. I think that does it. Right, because we smash in here. Put that there. So that's 5, 6, 7 just by itself. And we can just heal ourselves and come up and attack him just for good measure. You can see it's excellent. I've just been tipping everybody. I'm going to get in the top of that tip list. All right, moving up. 16 in S rank. Huzzah. So that was 1 down. We've got 2, this one and another one before we end this video and then start again with part 2. So we ended up replacing Syvrel the Exile early in the game. I kind of I'm playing the same guy. I wish we could have gotten him out there, but hey, whatever. Okay, what do we need? Probably not Right of the Undervault. Probably not Emerald Rejuvenator. It's the same person. I didn't see any War Beasts. And it looks like he's relatively new, so maybe he doesn't have them. I don't know, but we'll play this game as though he does. Bone Reaper. He was so solid that game. I will replace him, though. We're not going to see it for another 4 turns and plenty of stuff to do before then. Right. Take that. I almost don't want to play it because I kind of just want to play this guy next turn, but so be it. Especially if he has its own, that'd be brutal. Ah, okay. I kind of want to keep this. I'm going to get rid of this guy. Alright, now we just have to play it, right? So if I could come here, come forward here, I can use the Shroud to get rid of this and then attack it. That seems like a really bad use because I'm going to be able to Abyssal Scar it pretty soon. Only reason I would want to do that is because it takes away, I mean, if we don't, it's going to allow him to get 2 of these. I'm not gonna use this. I can't. It's terrible. Well, Syvrel the Exile, you're gonna have to wait another turn. I'm doing this because my options were threefold. I could have moved forward here, come forward, played Shroud here to shroud this guy, kill it, and then play Syvrel, you know, like right here or something, right? The problem with that is I'm using this, which is a pretty powerful card in this matchup. The other option is just like kind of retreat and play this guy, but that's terrible because then he gets 6 mana on turn 2. That's impossible to beat. I'm not going to hit this. I want him to attack here, and then I'm just going to scar the Jaxi. Because I can't let him, you know, Primordial Gazer a mini Jax token. That would be pretty bad. So yeah, if I attacked here, then he could just Gazer up, get a 3/3 ranged unit. That would be frightening. Hit this. Can't. Okay, what do I do here? What do I do? Well, I'm probably going to hit this, hit the Jax, mini Jax, the Jaxi, gosh, Abyssal Scar the mini Jax, and then throw the Veteran Silithar on the Shadow Creep token and save this for next turn if I can. I'm going to replace one of these. Really want to get him out. I don't think now is the time. So yeah, let's go ahead and hit this guy. I do kind of want to just throw this guy out though. And I'm going to attack here simply because he has Plasma Storm and I don't want to lose out on to attack. I mean, I could be wrong, but whatever. Tight claws. Ugh. Jeez. Oh my god. What a mistake. Alright, get rid of Rite of the Undervault. It's a little too early for that. Oh my gosh, we're so lucky. So what we're gonna do is attack with the Repulsor and then ping him to get rid of the claws. And then I think I want to put Reaper of the Nine Moons on the tile up here, and then block it with my general. So the question is, where do we... In fact, I know that is what I'm going to do. The question is, where do we put the Bloodtear Alchemist? I want it to be in a spot where I could potentially reach him, but he can't kill it. And I don't want to be blown up by War Beast, so I don't want to put it near me or this guy. So I'm going to put it over behind him. And I'm actually going to attack him. He's at 13, so we can put him. You can almost kill him next turn. Even though we're taking 1 extra damage. Primus Shieldmaster. He's got a Shroud, I think. Yeah. So be it. Oh, it's sort of frustrating. I'm going to keep this. Alright. Syvrel. I can't get rid of him, can I? That's just unfair. I think I want to play this thing. Maybe like right here. Probably play this over here to play around War Beast. This is going to kill that because it can't get over here. Sorry, buddy. I could just double equip this up, smash this thing. Doesn't seem like the worst thing in the world. seems fine, actually. And I guess the question is, do I go ahead and use this turn? I don't think that I do. I could have just put him to 3, but I don't really see the advantage of doing that. We don't have a whole lot of burst. And I could have put him to 3 by shrouding his Primus Shieldmaster. Sure, if he's got another one, that's sort of annoying. Oh, jeez. Okie dokie. Well, this kills this thing and doesn't even leave an egg, which is kind of nice. Let me get rid of the Juggernaut here. Bye-bye. Ooh, hello. I think what I'm going to do is save this for him. I can play out a Reaper of the Nine Moons. Well, what I can do is the following. I'm going to get as far away so I don't inadvertently die somehow. So this is going to kill it, which was nice. I'm going to come up to this one, kill that guy. Let's go, kill this guy. I feel like we definitely win. I mean, we have Shadow Nova. He's at 9. He's probably not dead. I mean, he could have Earth Sphere pretty easily. But if he doesn't, then he's almost certainly dead. I have to assume. I don't know. And this is 5 damage at the very least. There was no way, by the way, for us to get to his general with our general. It would have been nice to have been able to do that, so we could have killed him last turn, but we couldn't. So, I'll just swoop in here and kill him. Ugh. You're dead. So we're 2-0 right now. Slowly going up. We'll play one more, and then we're going to take a little bit of a intermission, and then start again with part 2. Well, so far, Syvrel hasn't been all that impressive, but hey, we'll get him down one of these days. In theory, his ability seems awesome, so I'm sort of inclined to keep trying him. I mean, I'm going to keep playing him in this sort of video because you know, that's what I do. I don't switch things up. That would be crazy. This is gone, and then everything else I think is pretty solid. Gotta get him out this game. Gotta get him out this game. Isn't this like the exact same hand that we had last game, by the way? Alright. Well, the good news is if he kills our guy, then we get to drop it. And if he doesn't, then we get to play something else. Alright, on the next turn, we're going to get rid of this thingy. We have too many 4-drops and way too much life. He cryogenesised it. Oh, man. Oh, yeah. Alright, get out of here. I'm excited. I'm excited. Where do we put it, though? Yeah, I really want to put it right on top of him. I'm not going to lie. Because I don't want him to get this this thing. But then again, I don't know, you know, how many how many 4-drops this deck plays. I guess it plays Primus Shieldmaster. But I also do not want to come up and, I don't know, like, put myself in a position to get blown out or something like that. Like if he just attacks it with him and a tiger. So what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to put this guy here. Move here. And the reason I'm doing that is because it gives me access to both of these mana tiles if I need them next turn. Like if he plays a Primus Shieldmaster here, I can Demonic Lure it away, come down here, come up here, and play the Abyssal Juggernaut. And then I would actually play the Abyssal Juggernaut in front of Syvrel so that it doesn't inadvertently pull the Primus Shieldmaster up when I try to hit it. Oh, he has 5 mana. I could have just been blown out by a Dancing Blades or something. Interesting, interesting. Well, we're gonna come down here, shoot this, and then kill it, right? I think that's what we want to do. Well, what I could do instead is come down here, shoot this, play Primus Shieldmaster, attack this, and then shoot it with Abyssal Scar. That keeps the Spelljammer alive, right? And away from the Mana Sphere. I think I like that a little bit better. I'll replace one of these. Yeah, I don't need both. Okay, so let's start that process. Okay, we could have played out a Juggernaut, but then they could kill this guy. I don't really want that. I'm excited for this play. Potentially can Bone Reaper and then pull something else into the Bone Reaper. Oh, that's going to be nice. Uh-oh. No, what's he doing? Alright. Good news is, if he doesn't kill his Spelljammer, he's gonna maybe mill for a card? I don't know. He might not. Depends on what he plays here, I guess. Never mind. Oh, he doesn't even bother to kill my guy? What's happening? What is he doing? Okay. Snow Chaser, sure. Okay, what? I don't know what's happening right now. Alright, so we're gonna get to do exactly what I just said. Pretty excited about oh no, he took it. Daggers. Okay, well I can come down here, kill that. I can can't do that yet. We definitely want to keep this. Definitely want to keep this. I want to keep this. We might be taking a fair amount of damage coming up pretty soon. Not super pleased about this, but so be it. I could have also gotten rid of these with Syvrel, and maybe I should have. Yeah. It's a little bit of a problem. Well, next turn, if he plays out these snow chasers again, I can do that. Take one, then ping it. Jeez, oh gosh. Oh my gosh. Goodness gracious. Ugh. Oh my gosh. Okay. So I think we run away with our general. Oh, that's a shame. I really wanted it to move it, but I guess it didn't do that first. Okie dokie. I think we just play both of these healing mystics. I don't know as if we do anything else. Kind of think I'd get rid of this guy. Although we can play it. Hey, what's up, buddy? I'm just gonna add a bunch of life. I probably should have kept it, honestly. Ah, perfect. That's fine. That's even better. Another use for this: pull them into Grasp of Agony range. Ah, I'm liking this guy a lot. I don't know if we're gonna win this game, but I'm glad we got him down. If you hear a dog going crazy, that's my dog. Are we dead to like tiger or something? Try, it's okay, buddy. Try, it's okay, buddy. There was another dog outside. It's okay. Hey, puppy. Does he have his own Bone Reaper? Oh my God, he does. All right. That is funny. Okay. Well, what do we do? Jeez. I kind of think that we demonic lore it, way over here. It's not going to solve the problem, especially if he has a Hearth Sister. So. I don't know, do we ephemeral shroud it or what? Well, that's nice. Yeah, I think we do. Right? Yeah, I think we do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm still thinking. I'm not really looking to ephemeral shroud this, but I don't have much else to do, unfortunately. Well, it's okay. It's okay. Spent too much time comforting this dog. Ran out of time. Alright, what's he got? We've got Bone Reaper, Grasp, Abyssal Scar next turn. So, ideally we can do something cool, right? Spectral Blade only makes me lose 3 life and I go to 8. That's not bad. And then I can still play this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I get a 3. Then I play this right here. Seems fine. I'm not sure this is worth keeping right this second. I could even do 6. That way I only lose 1 total life, and I get a Shadow Creep token out of it. That was maybe a mistake, because now he can, if he has like a Bloodseer Alchemist, he can ping this and then come down and kill this guy. Now that we've got a Shadow Creep token in front, I'm actually really excited about this thing. I should have left him here. I'm not exactly sure why I moved him, to be completely honest. Well, that's good, I guess. Are we dead? I keep just assuming that I'm dead. The 10 power tiger, or 2 5 power tigers come running out of the gates. They'd actually have to be substantially bigger, because I'm actually at like 14, right? Uh-oh. 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 Doesn't need a whole lot to kill me now. Oof. Brutal. Oh, that's so brutal. That's so brutal. Oof. Harumph. Harumph. Yeah, why did I move this? Oh well. We're gonna have to play this Bone Reaper, and I don't really want this, so. I think we save the. This thing for either a replace or something else. Use this here and play the Bone Reaper here. It seems fine. And then seems like a better use of our resources. We get an extra damage out of it. Maybe I'm being foolish because you could play like a creature here and then a tiger here and get me. I don't know. There we go. There we go. That's all we needed. Alright. Well played, he says. No, tiger. Yeah. Who knows if there's a way we could have gotten out of this, though. I guess coming here. Yeah. That was a mistake. It didn't matter. We were dead anyway. Oh well. Close. Close. I'm sure there's something we did wrong there, where, you know, all we needed was, I guess, a couple more points of life and we would have been fine. Oh well. Alright. Let's, that's Syvrel. We could have saved ourselves, maybe. No, he still had the Hearth Sister, so we could have moved our Bone Reaper out of the way, just regardless of where it was. Oh well. Alright. Let us take a break, and we will come back with part 2.